Today we're here to talk about our Vive La France release.
Vive La France?
Vive La France.
Vive La France.
We're actually making it right now. Today the build is being made and handed off to QA, and if it passes QA here, it goes to Microsoft for certification. It's a whole multi-week process of testing and builds to get it into your hot little hands, play with the new French tanks. Adding the French tanks to the Xbox is a big undertaking. We only add an entire new nation a couple of times a year. Getting them in the game and balancing them against all the existing tanks from the other nations that are already in the game, it's a big, big effort.
With each new nation that gets introduced to the game, there's a whole bunch of issues that could come up in tests. So a nation is added to the tech tree, there's an entire new crew nation that has to be tested. So it adds a pretty good chunk of testing to the game.
The challenge in any game is, in terms of capturing tanks, is that other game companies, they worry about their characters. Our characters are our tanks. So we have to make sure that when we bring the tanks into the game world, that they feel individual and that they have unique characteristics and that you can feel the personalities of each individual tank.
French tanks, they play very differently from the currently existing tanks. They're a lot faster. A lot of them come with auto loaders, and they can put out a lot of damage in a very short time. But on the opposite end of that, with all that speed and power, they lose a decent amount of armor.
When you start off playing French tanks, you have these slower, heavy armored tanks, and you're almost like you're playing in a heavy tank in these light tank matches. Once you get to 5 or 6, the dynamic changes completely, and you have these really low armor but very, very fast tanks with decent firepower. Auto loaders too are just insane when you get to the higher tiers.
Autoloaders, obviously they have multi-shot clips. Part of what I like about autoloaders is the meta game in where you can say, when do I reload? Do I want to leave a couple shots in the canister, or do I want to hang on to those shots and use them later? Or is it time to reload and maybe hide for a little while and then refill my clip, wait for that unsuspecting heavy tank to come by and just blast them?
Everybody thinks of World of Tanks, and the tanks are the stars, but I'd also like to think that the co-stars of the game are the maps. The maps themselves, they have a lot of character and a lot of personality. One of the things that we've added to the Xbox 360 edition of World of Tanks is we have different variants of maps. So we have snow variants, we have rain variants, nighttime variants. It's a cool way of taking a level that the players might have already been familiar with playing on the PC, but then all of a sudden it's like maybe you take a level that was midday on the PC and now we're giving it a sunset or sunrise kind of feel, and all of a sudden it's an entirely new map.
My name is Frachella Chavez. I'm one of the artists here at Wargaming. One of the things I work on are tanks, and right now I'm working on the Fury tank. This was a fun tank to work on because there were a lot of things involved in it.
One of our artists, Andy DeRisis, mocked up the tank and wrote Fury on the barrel and added all the attachments to it to look like what it was in the tank and did the paint job on it.
So one of the cool things about working on the Fury tank for the Xbox 360 edition of World of Tanks is we had a chance to spend a lot of time on a lot of detail based on what the movie was bringing. So some of the detail that the soldiers would add on their tank that we noticed when looking at the tank in the movie is all of these objects that they would place and all the machine guns, and because of our technology, we actually turned them into what we call wiggly bits.
Wiggly bits.
Wiggly bits.
Wiggly bits.
Wiggly bits?
I don't think I can.
We were not supposed to say wiggly bits in public, so.
As you can see, there's a lot of these animated attachments that we also call wiggly bits. I'm not even sure how many the wiggly bits we put on it, but usually on a normal tank we have, I think, a maximum of 4 to 5 per tank. With this one, there's probably more than 10. So one of the issues was making sure that they don't clip with each other.
We're really happy to bring you this Vive La France update. This will be our 9th release of content. We've released content every month, and we're continuing to do so through the end of this year and through next year. So always keep coming back every month. There'll be new content, new features, new maps to play on, and new people to blow up.